Thank you so much, Nicole, and everyone at Rutgers University Press for inviting me to speak about Best Actress, the history of Oscar winning women. My name is Stephen Tapert, and I am the author of the book. So much fun to be discussing this book just a few days before the Academy Awards this year, which will take place on April 25th, just in a few days. What is this book about? It is about the first 75 women to have won the Oscar for Best Actress, looking at the first 90 years and covering social and political issues connected to their careers, their ascent to Oscar glory, and what each of these women have done with that Oscar winning stature. This is a coffee table book and it includes 200 photographs. I spent a lot of time trying to find images that were really connected to the social and political themes of the book, which are so key. I was really pleased to have the feminist critic Roxane Gay come on board to write the foreword for the book, as well as having generous endorsements come in from Susan Sarandon, Liza Minnelli, Andy McDowell, and Alberto Barbera, the director of the Venice Film Festival, who was the former director of the Museo Nazionale del Cinema in Turin, Italy, where the source material from this book was used for a large-scale exhibition that I curated alongside Alberto's in-house curators. Lot of fun working on this project, but it's had a lot of different chapters throughout its history before it finally became a book. And I couldn't be happier with the presentation of it. I worked for 8 years at the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, first at their Margaret Herrick Library in Beverly Hills, which holds the largest collection of film material in the world, and then became the researcher for the Academy's museum project. And my task was to go back to the Herrick Library and research everything that the museum project had identified as a future content for the museum. Over the course of that research, I began to come across stories about the Best Actress Oscar winners. And sort of on the side, I collected this research and it eventually became the book. So it became pretty clear to me early on that I needed to create a unified narrative for this book. You do have 75 individual chapters, one for each actress, beginning with Janet Gaynor, the inaugural recipient. But as you go through each chapter, you find topics and themes that connect each winner to the other Best Actress Oscar winners. So you're constantly looking at these women collectively. It also became apparent that the overarching themes connected to all the writing had a social and political base to it. For example, if you look at the Best Actress category compared to the other three acting categories, Best Actor, Best Supporting Actress, Best Supporting Actor, you're only going to see one person of color in this category, Best Actress, and that, of course, is Halle Berry for her performance in Monsters Ball, for which she won the Oscar in 2002. Then, of course, you have to ask yourselves the question, well, what's going on here? Why is this particular category not seeing diversity represented in it while the other ones are, especially in the last 20 years? I think, of course, we have a tendency to stereotype women of color, especially, and it's shocking to me to learn that in the entire 93 years of the Academy history up until today, only 19 women of color have ever been nominated for the Best Actress Oscar, including this year's Viola Davis and Andra Day. And of course, again, we only know that one, Halle Berry, has won. My prediction is that Andra Day, for her wonderful performance as Billie Holiday, might win this year. It would be great, but it's important, again, to remember that in 93 years, only 19 women of color have ever been nominated. I would say that this book, if anything, is a fascinating trip down memory lane. Uh, we know that movies are great forms of entertainment, but they also act like roadmaps in terms of the progress that we've made collectively as a society in regard to gender equality. Of course, I would like in the future to see fewer representations of women on screen connected to issues of prejudice and discrimination. I think maybe of all the performances included in this book, perhaps the one that is the least connected to prejudice and discrimination would be Emma Stone's performance in La La Land. An interesting tale of two people, she and of course Ryan Gosling, who are supporting each other's dreams, something that you just wouldn't see in films like Born Yesterday from 1950, where Judy Holliday, who won the Best Actress Oscar, is combating her tycoon mobster boyfriend who doesn't want her to, gain liberation by way of seeking an education. In a film like Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore, 1974, with Ellen Burstyn, who's only given a second chance in life after the death of her abusive husband. In a film like The Accused, 1988, with Jodie Foster, the first of two Best Actor Oscar victories for her, in which her character has to defend herself in court against a group of male bystanders who egg on her brutal assault and help to keep it going. Of course, it's a difficult film, The Accused, but it did so much. I remember, in terms of raising awareness around sexual harassment and sexual assault. And I think so many of the Best Actress Oscar winning movies have done the same. Everything from Norma Shear in The Divorcee, about double standards within an open marriage, to Loretta Young, who plays a Swedish immigrant who eventually wins a seat in the U.S. House of Representatives, something that really aggravated Feathers during the beginning of the McCarthy era, to a film like I Want to Live with Susan Hayward, a stinging indictment of post-World War II misogyny and an arresting petition for the elimination of the death penalty, all the way to Faye Dunaway in Network in the 1970s during second wave feminism and the women's rights movement, in which you see, Dunaway performing as a TV program executive who really cracked the corporate glass ceiling. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure having the opportunity to talk about Best Actress, the history of Oscar winning women. I hope you check it out. Have a great day. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.